All right, so my name's Adam. I'm from Massachusetts. I live in America, obviously. I kind of have a long history of veganism, being part of like the punk and hardcore scene. There's a lot of vegans. There's a lot of people into like, well, meditation and stuff, which is cool, but a lot of vegans. I don't know if you're familiar with like John Joseph of the Cro-Mags. He was just on Joe Rogan. He's a big vegan guy. A lot of my friends in high school were vegans, so I've always been around it. My grandparents were vegetarian. They raised my mom vegetarian growing up, and she had health problems growing up from I think from being vegetarian, eczema, asthma, a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so I've always known about it. It's kind of like a slippery slope getting into veganism. I think I had like a lot of health problems leading up to it anyway, just from like heavy metal poisoning. I think I had candida and stuff all throughout my teenage years, leading to my early 20s, just from like vaccines and whatever else. And I got into like started getting the food and health. So I started getting into eating organic food, getting organic meats, and trying to go down that route. And it's funny because I got my family on raw milk at the time that I ended up getting the veganism. But yeah, I don't know. So I got into all those things, and they weren't helping. Like they weren't helping my health conditions. So like I started breaking out a lot prior to me being vegan. Had really really bad depression, brain fog, digestive problems. So I thought eating the organic food would help. Then eventually it led me to veganism and all the propaganda basically and all my friends that I had. So that was a step I eventually took. And once I started getting the veganism, it was kind of weird. Like I felt better for maybe like 2 to 3 weeks, but right after that, I felt like I started getting like some of the negative symptoms and some of the negative side effects, like really soon after. So one thing is like my teeth. I know a lot of people come on here and talk about how their teeth got weaker. A lot of my tooth enamel started wearing away. They felt weaker. I started getting cavities almost like immediately too. I think it was just so much sugar that I was eating, just like the starchy fruits and vegetables. Um, and like my brain fog got a lot worse, like a lot worse brain fog, like, and then just the lack of energy hit and I was still taking like B12 supplements. I don't know. I had like the droplets. I wasn't taking injections, but it was like super, super powerful B12 droplets. Um, and then I did the spirulina, which I know a lot of people have talked about. The spirulina, the chlorella. I started doing like wheatgrass. So I was trying to take nutrient dense things to kind of counteract all these like weird symptoms I was having. But things like really didn't get better. Um, and then I noticed like my strength really declined severely. And I didn't really notice that because I didn't really lift weights at the time. But I started doing Muay Thai. And at Muay Thai, like my energy levels were gone. My strength just wasn't there. And I was just noticing that compared to the other people that were there that were newer. Just things were not going well. So I think I was only vegan for maybe like 6 to 9 months. And I say that because within like after the 6 month period, I left for Thailand. And while in Thailand, I wasn't vegan. And I had some raw blood soup. I was eating meat. I was eating brain. I was eating a lot of stuff. And the whole time I was in Thailand, since I was eating meat, I didn't really notice it at the time, but like all my energy levels came back. A lot of things that I thought were wrong, like started to get better and I didn't notice it. Even the depression, like really, really started to like get better and improve while I was there. And yeah, I don't know. It was just I didn't notice it at the time, but I was so brainwashed by like veganism, I didn't account it towards the meat. I don't know. I just thought maybe because I was vacationing, I was in a happy place, things were going well. And then I got back, continued the vegan diet, and once again, I think that's when I got back. I think that's when I really noticed that hey, I think it's the vegetables. And I know people say you weren't doing it right. Like I said, I started juicing. Um, every day I would juice every single day. I would juice tons of greens, fruit with like root vegetables. Like I said, I was throwing wheatgrass in there. I was throwing like a sea moss powder for all the minerals. I was the chlorella, the spirulina, all of it. I was doing it all. And then I was trying to eat like the alkaline diet, the Dr. Sebi alkaline diet on top of that to kind of thinking that would help. And like really my depression just like got like right when I got back, I think after eating meat, my depression got like insanely bad. And I think my family was getting concerned because it got super, super bad. Um, on top of that, man, anyone that juices, I mean, so I juiced up until I left for vacation just now. I've been away for a month. My teeth were just like rotting, rotting super bad.
Hmm.
And since I've been gone for a month, so anyone that juices, all right, I've been gone for a month, so I haven't juiced at all for 1 month. And just from eating tartar and liver and stuff since I've been out here, my teeth like have gotten so much better. A lot of the cavities or whatever have almost completely filled in just within almost 30 days, which is I was just looking in the mirror like yesterday. I was actually so surprised. Um, yeah, so the juicing, man, all the sugar I think is just totally destroying people's tooth enamel.
Hmm.
So yeah, like I said, once I got back from Thailand, I started the juicing. I started all these supplements, all these nutrient-dense alkaline foods, and it really wasn't helping. The depression problems got worse. Like I said, the skin, like I never had acne. My skin got so much worse being as a vegan, like so much worse, and it wasn't getting better. And I didn't understand why. Like my digestion got like a little bit better, but I think it's because I was taking probiotics. But yeah, dude, for some reason, like my skin and my brain fog just got 10 times worse once I got back from Thailand after eating meat. I don't know why. And then slowly I started coming to this realization where it was like, there's been no tribe, there's been no civilization that has just lived off a vegan diet. My ancestors weren't getting their DHA from algae. They weren't slurping up algae from the oceans. I didn't understand it. So when I slowly started getting back into meat and slowly started getting back into like dairy and stuff, like I said, I put my family on raw milk when I became a vegan because I thought it would help my brother's asthma, which it did. So I started drinking raw milk, and that's kind of how it started. And raw milk, man, within like 1 to 2 weeks, things started getting a lot better. Depression, brain fog, a lot of these things started to like reverse themselves, and I kind of started catching on like, hey, maybe I should keep doing this, and it felt really good to like get that raw milk. I don't know if anyone like people watching, man, drink raw milk if you can get it. Really drink raw milk. Um, and then I slowly started getting the meat again. I started eating the grass-fed meat again, and I started really cutting down on my vegetables. I still was juicing, like I said, but I started getting back into like the meats and stuff, and that seemed to like that helped. Like that cleared up my acne. Like my acne, my really like my strength problems, my brain fog, and yeah, just like my energy levels. Like almost like within a week, almost overnight, really, things started to get a lot better. And that's when I just knew for sure. I was like, okay, listen, like I need to really start eating meat again. And then I switched to a diet, like I switched to almost like a keto diet. I was doing like really, really low fiber, high fat kind of stuff. And that was helping. But like I said, up until I just left, I was juicing a lot. And I was just juicing like obviously just like these toxic vegetables, just high sugar, man. And it wasn't going well. Like I said, my teeth. The teeth is like probably the last symptom that has finally started to go away as of recently. Like I said, but yeah, I don't know. What else should I say?
Yeah, it's fine. I had a punk friend. He was incredibly sick because of veganism, so I know where you're coming from. Did you have any other contacts, any friends who were vegan who maybe quit or didn't want anything to do with you because you quit veganism or something like that?
So like my friends in high school, like when they were vegan, I was never vegan in high school, but when they were, they would always be vegan for a while, and I could just tell like they would just get so sick. They would just feel like complete garbage. And after like 6 months, they would start eating meat again. They would eat meat for probably 6 months, and then they would feel guilty about the animals, so they would start eating vegan again. And it was just like this cycle. It was always this cycle. Like
Okay.
it really was. And as far as like vegan friends and stuff, like I have vegan friends, but they don't really care what I do. Like they're not really preachy, overreachy kind of people that just want to control my life. So like when I told them I started eating meat, they were just like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then I started watching your videos, and I think the raw meat has been like super beneficial. I started watching your videos probably like 3 months ago, and slowly like I would eat like some raw hamburger here and there, just like a handful. And then once I got to Paris on the 1st of August, man, I had tartare for like the first day I was there, and it just felt like my body needed it. Like I ate it all, and I was like, wow, I need to come back tomorrow. I need to eat tartare again. I need to get this again. And I did. Like I've been gone for like 20 something days, and I've probably eaten raw meat like 12 or 13 of those days.
Hmm.
So, and every time I do, like my body just screams more. Like I've told my family about it. When I get back home, my little brother wants to get on raw meat, so and I think it's gonna be beneficial for him because he has asthma, he has problems. So my mom got vaccinated when she was pregnant with him, so he was born with some issues. Like I said, he had asthma. Like I said, the raw milk totally helped him. Like 100%, his asthma is so much better just from the raw milk.
What do you think veganism is really about? Where does it come from and where is it heading? What's the future?
Um, they want like I still follow a lot of vegan pages on Instagram and stuff just to keep up on what these people are saying, like and how brainwashed these people are. And their goal really is to just turn everyone into a vegan. And you're right, like when you say in your videos that it is backed by the government, it totally is. They promote that. They promote that lifestyle. I mean, that's why they push all these like there's all these paid ads for veganism, and then there's all these documentaries that they promote. Then they push the global warming agenda, like the cows commit carbon, whatever, and like it's changing the Earth's weather or whatever. Oh, I forgot 1 second. There's also one major symptom. I didn't bring it up. I keep forgetting about it, but it's so important. I suffered with like huge sinus problems my entire life. Like my entire head would be clogged, literally since birth. Since for as long as I can remember, I always had sinus issues, and no matter what I did, it did not help. Veganism did not help. Like I said, it probably made it worse. Just I don't know why. Like even eating the anti-mucus alkaline diet, that didn't help. The only thing that really did help was when I started drinking raw milk. Raw milk really seemed to clear up my sinuses, even though I kept believing the vegan propaganda that milk is inflammatory, causes mucus, all this other BS. But really, the raw milk, man, sinuses, like that was probably the biggest thing, and that's part of the reason why I got into health was because I was so sick of my sinuses being clogged and not being able to breathe through my nose and having like feeling like I couldn't think clearly because my brain was just blocked by pressure and whatever else was in there. So yeah, the raw milk really, like I said, the first time I had raw milk, I almost felt like high from it. Like I drank that first glass and I ended up drinking three more right after that. Like I was drinking at least probably like 3 or 4 glasses a day after I broke veganism, and it's totally changed my life. Really, that was probably the biggest thing. My biggest concern was my sinus problem.
Mm. Is there anything you would like to say to vegans who are watching right now? Any message?
Um, it's not good to just be stuck in your ways, to just think that what you're doing is the right way. If you're feeling weak, if you're feeling any of these symptoms, you should at least just try to get back on meat for at least 1 week to a month just to see how you feel. Um, I'm sure you'll feel better. I'm sure it'll change your life, really. Um, but don't just be so stuck in this mentality that like what you're doing is right. You're saving the world. You're and pressuring all these people to really think in your way. But really just try to open your mind up and just try to like a week to a month of just eating meat. Try some raw milk. None of that factory farm stuff, only grass-fed stuff.
Would you say that you regret veganism or was it just a lesson?
Um, I kind of try to not like live with regrets, and I kind of try to think of everything as a learning experience. So I don't necessarily regret veganism. I'm glad I went through it because it's led me to where I am now. It's led me digging deeper into health. It's led me trying to find more and more truth. It's led me to your videos too, which, like I said, just from eating the raw meat, just from being on vacation, man, has totally been amazing. I think it's totally counteracted all the other crap I've done since I've been here. So I think it's totally helped. So no, I mean, I don't regret it. I just, everything's a learning experience. You can't really think on that.
Mm. Anything else you want to add? Anything special? Any event? Anything noteworthy?
Any event. I don't know, man. When's the next raw meat eat-a-thon at a vegan fest? Actually, wait, I think one of those dweebs you did a video on, I think he's like the British guy. He like does all the like the anonymous circles. I'm pretty sure I saw him in Munich like 10 days ago.
No way.
No, yeah, I was in Munich, and it's so funny because like I've been watching your videos almost every day since I've been on vacation, and then all of a sudden I'm out walking in Munich, and there's like this anonymous anti-animal eating fest thing, and I'm pretty sure that guy was there talking to people, and I actually struck up a conversation with a few of them, and they have nothing to say, man. There's no answers to the questions that we pose, so I just found it so funny.
Yeah. If you're interested, there will definitely be some more events.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely for sure. And next time I know you've been having like meetups and stuff too every year. I mean, next time I mean I'd love to come out and hang out for one of those. Hey, and like I said on the last video, man, next time you ever come up to New England or you're in the Northeast area, let me know. I got a bunch of guns. I got a shooting range up the street. We'll go shoot some guns. We'll get some raw milk. We'll get some beef. It'll be a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I would say that sums it up. Short and
Yeah.
quick, nice story. Yeah. Or
Yeah. Didn't
not.
want to be too long.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Right to the point.
Yeah. Cool, man. Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you.